The shot clock is off. Fans are standing, and they know it. 10 seconds to play. It is all over. The University of North Dakota has punched their ticket to the big dance. The baton has been passed from Montana to UND. The Grizzlies put up a fight. They lost Torrey Hill in the process to that knee injury. Last year's Big Sky tournament winners denied this year, and UND for the first time as a Big Sky Conference member is heading to the NC2A tournament as champions of the Big Sky. 72-55 your final. Let's go down to Al Bahi with Travis Brewster. Al.
Coach Brewster, you're going to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah. Great feeling. Proud of these ladies, how hard they worked all year long. I love them to death. They really play with heart and emotion. It's really tough to know kids care about things like that. It's awesome.
You know, this program, this team, kind of the newcomers to the Big Sky Conference, you knew you were going to have to go, the experience and the tradition, the history of Montana. How did you prepare them for that?
Well, we talked about our own tradition first and foremost, and then we talked about, you know what, we have to be able to play our game. We have to be able to play on our floor, and we know what, when you play Montana, you never know because they're a great coach team. They play hard, but every day in practice, we were always preparing for this moment.
You got some great performances out of your role players in this game as well.
Yeah, you know, and it's come on through progress throughout the year, slowly but surely, so it's been awesome.
All right, congratulations. I'll let you go celebrate your team, Coach. Thanks for your time. Coach Travis Brewster, he took over for a guy by the name of Gene Roebuck, who built one heck of a program at the Division II level here at the University of North Dakota. Travis Brewster and the UND players have just taken that to the next level, Jack.
Thank you, Al. Nice job down there, and you're exactly right. This town, this city, this college knew what it was like to win Division II titles, to be successful in the Division II ranks. When an institution makes the decision to transition to Division I, things have to happen. Recruiting has to happen. Full support has to happen. And when you enter a Big Sky league that is filled with just fantastic institutions like Montana here today, when you have reached the pinnacle for this season, an NCAA tournament berth, well, that's what all those smiles are for right there. Brian Faison, the athletic director at the University of North Dakota, approaching Travis Brewster is dancing with the president's wife. How about that? The first lady and the head coach are doing a tango. They're all dancing. And the crowd loves it. The award ceremony, the all-tournament team, and a look ahead. Because somewhere Southern Utah is saying our season is not done. All that is coming up next on our post-game show. North Dakota wins it 72-55. North Dakota, you are the Big Sky Conference Tournament champions in women's basketball. Do that in your lifetime in college sports.
It doesn't happen
for most, not
very many student athletes, I'll tell you that.
That is a happy time for the University of North Dakota. And UND wins it today, 72-55.
And I believe was the first player that cut that down was that Katie Hodek. She's one of the three seniors on this team, but because of injury has not been able to play since early in the season. So she, Maddie Buck, and Alyssa Wall, the three seniors, taking the first three strands of twine. Yes, that was Katie Hodek cutting down the first chunk of the net.
It's been a treat bringing you this Big Sky Conference tournament from the Betty Engelstad Sioux Center in Grand Forks. I would make it a habit, if you haven't already, on your mobile phone to go to Watch Big Sky. Download that mobile app. Just search. My daughters would tell me, Dad, you're getting into areas where technology isn't your thing. But I know this, if you search that mobile app to Watch Big Sky, or if you go to watchbigsky.com, this crew here in Grand Forks to work with was second to none. The shots were absolutely fantastic. The viewership is going to continue to grow for this conference and what they bring to you. So a big thanks to all the folks here. And the next step now is not only Monday night at 6 o'clock Central, where North Dakota will find out where they're going to play, but Southern Utah is back in play also. Now, at-large bids can happen anywhere, but there is an automatic qualifier, Al, from this tournament, not just for the NC2A tournament, or from this conference, yeah.
Yep, into the WNIT, and at this point, that would belong to Southern Utah on the outside chance that they would get an NCAA bid, which I would say at this point is unlikely.
Unlikely. Mid-majors sometimes just don't find that.
Right, unless you have a stellar, outstanding season where you only lose 1 or 2 games and happen to get knocked off in the conference tournament, then you might be under consideration. In Southern Utah's case, I suspect they'll be looking at that WNIT bid come Monday.
And for Southern Utah, it's not a foreign spot for them, too. You know, the Southern Utah team, well, this year they've had such a tremendous run. So the 2 representatives that we know and or expect heading into postseason tournaments from the Big Sky Conference might be able to make a way. Now, is North Dakota going to be a 13? Are they going to be a 14? Is it going to be deeper than that? I would, if I had to speculate, and I guess we can on a Saturday, I don't think it's far out when you look at what North Dakota has done and some quality wins that they've had. But 22 wins now on the season. Who knows? We could see them back at where Montana was last year. Those are your final numbers from a team aspect today, Al, and it's a 17-point win. A couple of them jump off the page.
Yeah, the plus 14 rebounds, but that's something North Dakota has done all year long. They have averaged out-rebounding every opponent by at least 11 boards and have done it a handful of times by more than 20 rebounds, which was the case yesterday against Idaho State.
Now, nobody wins tournament championships alone. And you can talk about the weekend Maya Lloyd had, and she has earned all of it. Dyer, what she did last night and then added to today in the title game. Maddie Buck, what she bounced back with today in her presence. The driving of Zabla, Kelsey Knox defending and doing what she does. But you mentioned the Evers and Wall combination inside, and then Siri Burke banging out some big shots over here. It takes more than one to get it done, and that's why I believe North Dakota heading into this postseason, on the way they're heading in, they may have suffered a big loss late in the regular season, but what I think that did, that refocused this group, and we saw it lay out here this weekend.
Yeah, I think they call that the wake-up call.
Wake-up call.
You needed to use that as a motivator to come into this tournament. It didn't help it didn't hurt to have 7 days off and rest as well, but knowing that you wanted to come in and get that taste out of your mouth was a big motivator for this team. And Coach Seton Sobolewski of Idaho State said it in the post-game press conference yesterday, North Dakota has all the components to be a championship team. He said they've got a great slate of starters, but what you have to have in addition to that to complement is the bench production. And we saw that yesterday, and we really saw it come through today with not just 1 or 2 bench players, but 3 or 4 bench players all contributing to the success.
Now, North Dakota, their average margin of victory in the Big Sky Conference tournament was 22 points, I believe, and 25 over Idaho State. 17-point victory today over Montana. That's 42, so 21-point margin of victory. That's getting it done. And they did it here at the Betty Engelstad Sioux Center on their home court. North Dakota's men will be vying for a tournament title today, too. So to say that things are kind of all smiles today in Grand Forks, the northern part of the Red River Valley, would be an understatement. Well, we are so glad you joined us for this tournament. On behalf of Al and Jack here, it was a treat bringing us. We saw fantastic basketball all weekend long, Al. It's fun to follow the Big Sky because of the intensity. We saw the physical play. Tori Hill, getting injured late, but walking out to earn her all-tournament team. I mean, all of this going on, the genuine excitement of UND. This is what tournament's all about.
It goes back to day one. All 6 games that we covered here for Big Sky Conference, we saw some great athletes. We saw a lot of grit and determination, and nobody let up, nobody quit. You think back to day one with Gigi Hashep. How she single-handedly kept Sacramento State in that game against Southern Utah. Haley Mandelko in the semifinal round. The team effort that we saw out of North Dakota both yesterday and today. You mentioned Tori Hill. There is some great Division I basketball being played here in the Big Sky Conference. We were fortunate to be witnesses to that here over the last 3 days.
Selection Monday coming up Monday night, 6 o'clock Central. We will find out where the University of North Dakota will play, who they'll play, and when they'll play. And also the Southern Utah expecting that WNIT berth. So a couple of ladies teams heading to the postseason. A big thanks for tuning in to watch Big Sky. It has been a magical run and a signature win for the University of North Dakota today. They will be and are the Big Sky tournament champions. They are heading to the NCAA tournament. Until next time, So long from Grand Forks.